You said though, and I asked you if we'd make it far. That one last kiss that they write about, my one last wish you could never doubt. I trust angels who fly away from you, and you told me that we'd never die. Gave me so many reasons why we were meant to be. Then she said no, 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 no. No, 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 you should. I've earned the cost and now I've paid it. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, please don't go. I know my face a memory erasing. Been a few years since I heard your voice, yeah. Lost a few here, but it's not by choice, no. Girl, I see your face every day when I look through my phone. Can't delete all these memories, won't leave me alone. Hit my blind side, never saw it coming. You were so wild, both know I was nothing. And I'm nothing now, nothing's changed. You know I'm just the same. Miss you now, but I hope that someday you explain. That one last kiss that they write about, my one last wish you could never doubt. I trust angels who fly away from you, and you told me that we'd never die. Gave me so many reasons why we were meant to be. Then she said,
Well, hello world. How's everyone doing? I hope you're doing well. Today is June 4th, 2023. 2:38 p.m. in the East Coast. How's everybody doing? Thank you so much for joining me. Stacy B, first one in the house today. Bam and Cat for the record. Beagle Mom, Lexi Texie, Deborah, Daily, Emma, Gigi, Mama Tennessee, ICU, Reds, Jasmine, Shema, or sorry, is it Shy? Is it Shamila? Is that how you pronounce it? I don't know. Terry, Zipped Lips, Marie, Nurse Sandy, Gigi, Kathleen. Hello, it is what it is. Squirrely Girl, Nurse Sandy, Quinny, Flipper, Miss Jeanne, Little Wig, Amy, good to see you. Strange 65. Texas Life, just me. Hello, everyone. Amy, good to see you. So I'm on a little earlier today. Got a lot to do, and I was planning on going live yesterday. I apologize. I did have to cancel it. We had like really big storms here yesterday, and my internet kept going in and out and in and out, and it wasn't going to work for me. So I apologize, but we will reschedule that. That was with Anna Nicole Smith. And we got Where the Wind Blows. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Every little bit helps. We do work for tips. That's the way it is around here. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. Where the Wind Blows. So today we're going to talk a little bit about the Summer Wells case. A couple things that we caught. We're going to discuss it. So we're going to discuss that. There's a little boy that has been missing for, he's been missing since 2008 or 2010, maybe it's 2010. His name is Kyron Horman, and today is the anniversary of him going missing. And it's a case that has always bothered me. I've talked about it before. It's, in my opinion, it's one of those cases, kind of like Summer Wells, where there is nothing at all. Thank you. I hear circus music. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you for the tip. It means a lot. It really does. Thank you. Very kind of you. And thank you, Crooked Arrow. Good to see you, my dear. Appreciate you for yours as well. So, Kyron Horman, it bothers me. I'm going to do a live on it. Thank you, Nurse Sandy, so much. I appreciate you, my love. Very sweet of you guys. Thank y'all. Really means a lot. So, Kyron Horman is a little boy. Put a 1 in the chat if you know who Kyron Horman is. Put a 2 in the chat if you don't. And if you don't, I bet you once I show you who Kyron Horman is, you'll remember. And then we'll go from there. 1, 2, 3. Thank y'all very much for your donations. It's very much appreciated. Right now, you're going to be on my TV, so I can't chat doing some repairs. No worries, honey. That's okay. Thank you. Okay. All right. So Kyron Horman. I'm not going to. This is about summer, this stream, but I am probably going to do a live on it later today, later tonight. You'll know who he is once I show you this. Oh my goodness, Jaguar, thank you so much, honey. I appreciate your tip. Really means a lot. Thank you. Very kind of y'all. So this is Kyron. Right here. And thank you, Flipper. Thank you so much for your work. I do appreciate it. It means a lot. It really does. I like the name Kyron too. But this is little Kyron, and I get really choked up about this kid. It's been a long time, and today is his anniversary of him going missing. His mom lived in one place, and his dad married another woman. And to be frank with you, in my opinion, she was a bitch. Just to be frank with you, the stepmother was a bitch, is a bitch. Sorry, I'm frustrated. And she takes this little boy to, this was years ago. Yeah, it was years ago. She takes this little boy to a school, and he has a science fair project. And except the science fair was the day before. Thank you, Flipper. I appreciate you, honey. Thank you so much. And she takes this picture. This is the last picture of him. Last picture that we ever have of him, right here. And that one's on. Very good one. This picture right here is the last picture we have of him. Yeah, 13 years ago, Quinn. And she says he's walking to his room, and she leaves. And then we do know that she goes to like a gym and a couple other places. There's receipts. But then she goes home, and she's goes to get him off the bus, and he's not there. He's not there. And in my opinion, the stepmother did something. I'm going to be doing a live about a special live. I'm I'm going to try my best to fit it in this evening. I can't promise anything, but I'm really going to try my best to do it this evening. I want to show you guys a clip. And I'm going to find, this is present day. This was just like literally yesterday or the day before. The parents has never given up. Now, the stepmother, she's still alive. We're going to go through all of it this evening, but it's been 13 years and there's still no answers. And it's one of those, in my opinion, very similar in a way, is there's no evidence whatsoever, but there's a lot of suspicion around one person. Did he get off the bus? No. No. In fact, he never. He was at the school that morning. The mother, the stepmother, took a photo of him, and then she saw him off the class, but he was marked absent. He was marked absent. So, which means he was never really in that classroom when they took the role. Yes, Adventures with Purpose did a search for Kyron. Yes. And the mother still holds car washes and everything for private searches and all that. This evening, I'm going to, she has a Venmo, and I'm going to get that Venmo of hers. And when I do the live this evening, it's only going to, if anybody wants to donate, I just want them to Venmo it to her for continued searches and all that. So when I do the Kyron live, it will be just, if you want to donate anything whatsoever, donate it to Kyron's mother for searches. I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to do my best to do that this evening. If not this evening, then I'll do it hopefully tomorrow.
Still no answers to the disappearance of Kyron Horman. 13 years ago, the second grade.
Can y'all hear that? Let me know if y'all can hear that. I agree, Beverly. Oh, no, his dad is not with the stepmom. She left immediately. And it is alleged that the stepmother, tried to get a hit out on Kyron's dad even before Kyron went missing. Alleged, I want to say. Can I see the floating hearts? I can't. Not on here. Maybe on my phone I will be, but I don't think I see him here. But thank you for the floating hearts. Okay, you do hear it? Okay.
There are still no answers to the disappearance of Kyron Horman. 13 years ago, the second grader was last seen at Skyline School in Northwest Portland. The case prompted the largest search and rescue operation in Oregon history. Police searched all night and distributed photos of Horman, but they found nothing.
I wish that we could have protected him from this.
Desiree Young has been searching for her son since that awful June day. This car wash is an annual fundraiser.
That side is good to be sprayed down.
For more search operations and a private investigator. Young says she is working with Multnomah County Sheriff Nicole Morrissey O'Donnell, who has a unique connection to the case. Morrissey O'Donnell's husband, Bob O'Donnell, was the lead investigator after Kyron disappeared.
When they have a
So this is Kyron's bio mother. They have been on Dr. Phil before, and the stepmother has been on Dr. Phil before as well.
A personal connection to the case and have been, connected to it ever since day one. I think that gives them more energy to want to solve it for us.
Young says she met with the sheriff and Multnomah County District Attorney's Office Friday. The Multnomah County Sheriff's Office says the case is open and active. Investigators are now using new software in digital forensics.
We won't give up until Kyron's found and justice is served, however long that takes.
No one has ever been charged in the case, but investigators have previously focused on Kyron's stepmother, Terry Horman. She dropped the second grader off at school the day he disappeared.
I just want to say to Terry, we're coming for you.
She just wants to say to Terry, we're coming for you. Her name is Terry Horman. That was the person coming out of the courtroom just a little bit ago. That's her.
Don't sleep.
Terry Horman has denied any wrongdoing, while law enforcement continues to look. Volunteers wash cars to raise money for future searches.
That tire is done.
While Young continues to
Fight until the end, until we can bring him home.
If you have any information about Kyron Horman's whereabouts, you're urged to contact the Multnomah County Sheriff's Office. And if you'd like to get your car washed in support of Kyron, you can find out where volunteers will be all day Sunday on our website, kgw.com.
So there's that. Yes, guys, please hit the thumbs up. It really, really helps tremendously. So I just kind of wanted to give you a little preview on that live I am planning on doing. It's one of those cases where, again, there's nothing at all, like hardly any evidence. Very, like Summer Wells, like we don't know nothing other than we know a lot of suspicion around a person or persons, in my opinion. So there's that. Now, what are we going to talk about? So we're going to talk about, I wanted to show you, let me see if I've got that photo. Okay, so do y'all remember the evidence photo that was shown? I believe Benny was the first one to show the evidence photo of things that they took from 110 Ben Hill. Put a 1 in the chat if you remember seeing that. Put a 2 in the chat if you haven't. That'll kind of let me know how deep I need to explain this. The sheet of paper, yes, the sheet of paper. It's an inventory sheet of what was taken. Okay, so mainly seeing 1s. Okay, see a 2. Okay, I see some 2s. Okay, so all right. So there is an inventory paper that I saw a photo of a list of things, but not the actual things. Well, I'm going to show you. This is an actual inventory sheet from one of the things, one of the areas that, like, when they take things from your home, like, from your home, it'll have an inventory sheet. From your car, will have an inventory sheet. Any different area will have a different inventory sheet. Thank you, dear. Appreciate it. I just got a cut. All right. So, let me show you this. So this is the actual inventory sheet that is from Ben Hill Road. This was taken the day after Summer, like a receipt of items removed. Exactly, Martin. Exactly. Um, this is the actual inventory sheet. Yes, but I believe this comes from. Okay, so one of the things we noticed, my team and I, is that there is something wrong on this sheet. Now, I will say that I think it's just an error. I don't think it means anything. I don't think there needs to be anything. I think it's just human error. Um, but if you'll notice up at the top here, they got the address wrong. It says 120 Ben Hill Road. 120 Ben Hill Road. You already seen it. Yes. I've never seen anybody talk about that. It is 110. The address is actually 110 Ben Hill Road. Now, again, I don't know, like, there's mailing addresses and then there's physical addresses. So maybe the physical is different. Maybe it's a human error. I don't know. I've heard that 110 has two addresses, but is it 110 and 120? That's what that's what I don't know. So on this, it says, yes, it does have two addresses, but I don't know if it's one is 110 and one is 120. Usually it's like 110 and a half, or something like that. Usually that's how, but I'm not the postmaster and it's a different state. And I don't know. So I can't remember what Jody Sue's was. I see you on that one. So on this, it says description. They've taken an LG track phone cell phone. Now, a track phone is a burner phone. Okay, Jody Sue was 125. Okay. A track phone is a burner phone. I think track phone was the original burner phone that I'm aware of. Years ago, the minutes were ungodly expensive. I had a track phone when I was in middle school. Okay. Yeah, it was like the OG of track phone, or burner phones, right? Now, and it says black in color. Now, this is what got me on this. Quilted bag containing picnic items and blanket. Quilted bag containing picnic items and a blanket. Usually, whenever someone goes in, oh, I missed something from somewhere. Something dinged. Whenever, give me 2 seconds. I don't want to miss anybody. Oh, Jenny Lou celebrated 9 memberships. Thank you, Jenny Lou. Thank you so much for your support. 9 months, that's a lot. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. I'm telling my age, I know, right? Like a quilted picnic blanket, yes. Let me age myself. Yeah, I know. But in my, there's a lot of things in a home, particularly Don and Candace's home, right? There's a lot of things, but they don't just go in and pick random things just to pick random things. They go in because there is or could be evidentiary value, right? It could have value of some sort of evidence. Pat, thank you. 4 months celebrating. Thank you. It's a blessing. Thank you. So, did Candace, did they take a blanket that day down to the river? Did they have a picnic? We don't know. Maybe one of the utensils in that basket was of interest. Could be. Thank you so much for the Cash App. I don't know if I should say your name or not, but thank you. If you want me to, just could be fingerprints. Could be. I take whatever they feel could be evidence. Absolutely. But you don't just it's gotta mean something. There's like 1,000 different things that they could pick up, right? But it has to potentially mean something or mean something. Now, we'll go back. We're going to come back to that. But let's just see what else they took, right? Cowboys bag. Old Navy cut jeans, size 14, multicolored striped t-shirt, Old Navy size medium. I don't know if it says adults or Adidas. It's hard to see here. T-shirt medium, and one Cat and Jack Velcro tennis shoe, size 11. Cat and Jack Velcro tennis shoe. Let me look at that up. What is that? Is it spelled with a K or a C? Cat and Jack. Okay, so Cat and Jack is... Okay, that's a brand of shoe. Cat and Jack, that's a brand of shoe. I didn't know that. Did not know that. So, Cat and Jack. So hold on, is that like a Target brand? Yes. Okay, there we go. Yep, Target. I knew I've seen that. I'm like, Cat and Jack, Cat and Jack. It's Target. Amy says they were planning to go to the horse pond that day It was said to be an impromptu stop, but they planned it according to the supposed contact between innocents. So I think everything is lies. Yeah, I think it could be possible. It's based on the cartoon Cat and Jack. I saw carriage code list previous address is 120 Ben Hill. It may be that the evidence was taken from one of the sheds in front of it. Potentially. All right, let's get back to here. All right, what else do we got? So, size 11, Apple iPad, 16 gigabytes, and then it's got Samsung cell phone, black in color, HP laptop, and a Toshiba laptop. Now, we don't know what it's for, but the picnic, and the quilted bag containing it kind of makes me think a little bit, right? They were not, you're right, Jasmine, they weren't poor. No, they were just filthy. Don and Candace were just filthy. And they lived in squalor because of the dependency issues, the addiction that ravaged the home. The blanket red flag, wide blanket in hot Tennessee weather. I don't think it's like blanket as in to cover up. I think it as is a blanket as in to lay down, so you can, sit on it, lay on it, that kind of thing. Right? So I think it's as in a blanket, as in bedding, potentially. Yes. Dawn, why are you worried about what is going on here? I thought Timmy boy. Someone tell Justin Dawn is in chat. Oh, really? I don't see him anywhere. But, it makes you wonder, in my opinion, H has been through more than a child should have or ever be put through, right? And according to Allie, Leslie, Andrew, anybody that really knows him, pardon me, says that he has never been the same. Candace comes by the next day or the day after when she's not supposed to, wanting to know what he told the TBI. And in my opinion, she should have been put in jail for that. That's not what you're supposed to do. We also know, and I called it out the other day, when what's the fluke guy? Can't think of his name right now. Flute guy. It's on the end of my tongue. Whenever David Dotson, he had never been to the Wells home until Summer went missing that night. And in the interview that he did with Unmasked, he says that Candace, the Unmasked had asked, have you ever met H? And he said, no, I've never really met him, but I said hello to him within the first week of when I went over to the Wells house and Candace was on like Skype or FaceTime or whatever. So we know that she had been communicating with Hunter H. She went over there and she had been communicating through him with electronics. Now, she may have said something, through the electronics, but the conversation of her making a physical trip, 30-minute trip or longer from her house in Hawkins County to H, that's dedication. And that's when you don't want someone listening in. I did see an interview. Hunter said he was told not to go over to talk to Candace. Well, when when Candace called H the first time, he called Allie and Leslie because H was at work, and he's like, what am I supposed to do? I'm not supposed to talk to her, but she just called me. Yes, guys, we need you to hit that like. And I'm sure that, the thing is with H is he could feel extremely scared to have talked, who knows what was, he could have been threatened, potentially, or embarrassed. We don't know. It really is just speculation, but nonetheless, this is for, at the very minimum, he was with a little girl he knew that day. He says, like a little sister, and she is, she's missing. And that alone has to be something so great on someone so young. Ramona, yes, they were absolutely negligent, and negligent and abusive when it. I mean, I don't, like I said, I don't know about physical, but whenever you live in the squalor that they lived in, that is abuse. There's, abuse doesn't mean just physical. It doesn't mean just, mental. It can be a lot of different things, right? Hey, Rita. Good to see you. If the SDA church isn't, well, I'm just glad that, like we said, Summer never got to even experience, like, probably a regular, normal, functioning restroom. Let me show you this, folks. Let me show you this. Let me find it. Maybe. I have it pulled up. I might have it pulled up. I don't know. Here you go. This is, thank you, Kimberly. Thank you, Kimberly. This is the day. Upstairs, Summer went missing. This is what it looked like. Yep, looks like a squatter's home. Thank you so much, Kimberly. I do appreciate you, honey. Thank you for your tip. I really appreciate it. It does. I mean, there's not even a sheet on the damn mattress. There's not even a sheet on it. Not because they didn't have any. Not because they couldn't afford any. Because their priorities wasn't their children. That is the difference. Their priorities was not their children. You can tell when your priorities are your children. You can tell because whenever you care about something, you take care of it, right? You take care of it. You make sure that it has what it needs. Your child, your aging parents, whatever, to live health, and all of that. But you don't have to have a bunch of money to care for someone. You don't have to have a bunch of money. You have to have the love and the time to put in it. That's what it takes. That's what it takes. And the only thing we see here Don and Candace, look right there. Look at there. Tell me one reason why they would ever want to come back to that. Look at that. That's exactly right, tattoos. What? Why? So they cannot have a sheet or even a fucking pillow? Pardon me, guys. I'm sorry. And the same thing is, there is a lot of these homes in America. It's not about the money or anything else. It's about the love and the time that you put in your family. I can tell you, if I was a kid, having 3 square meals a day, and clean sheets, not having to bump my head on wires and plumbing in the living room and in the basement, the dungeon. It's a life. You see, most people, there's different types of people. There's people who get together, they marry, and they want to grow their family, right? They want to grow their family and, live happily ever after, kumbaya, even though there's bumps in all of our lives. None of us are, we all have bumps in our lives. But then there are people that just get together and kids just happen. They just have kids. And they don't stop what they're doing. They just continue living that lifestyle. And the kids are just existing around the parents. They're just existing. You live in their world. You live in their world. But for most of us who have children, the children are our world. That's the difference. Don and Candace never stopped what they were doing, never stopped to, think, look around even for a minute. Look inside. Or change anything. Exactly, Rach. Exactly. Dirty and lazy and poor are different. Yes, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. You can tell. The only thing you can tell in this home, in my opinion, is that drugs and neglect. That's the only thing you can tell in this home. I don't sense love. I don't sense love. I'm not saying that they didn't love them. I'm saying that they loved their drugs and their addiction more. I am saying that, yes, I am. Certainly am. Because it shows. It has showed 7 lives. Love is care. That is love. Yes. Yes. Love is care. That's exactly right. Love is not so much what you say, it's what you do. That's what love is. Thank you, Edizzle. Thank you, dear. Yes, it's an action. That is exactly right. 2 sets of kids. Sets. Sounds so bad, but it's true. They had multiple times. This is the day Summer went missing. Or maybe the day after. Maybe the day after. No. I can't remember. This was the day of or the day after. Look at all the dogs. Look at all the dogs. All of these dogs were gone. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? Even the ones with the puppies, gone. Gone. Look at all the trucks searching for Summer. The outside of the home. Here's Ben Hill Road. One way in and one way out. Here's the top of their hill. Right from their yard. The road way down over there. But someone ran all the way up that hill or was already in that house or crouched around the side. How many? At least 5 others. And let me tell you something. When you're on Ben Hill Road, I've been on Ben Hill Road. I'll be on Ben Hill Road again less than 2 weeks, probably. You know what everybody does? Looking through the blinds. Sticking their head outside. Waving at you. Telling you to get the fuck off. Different things. Yeah. They would have heard a car at the bottom of the hill since they were already outside planting flowers, allegedly. They would have heard someone at the bottom of the hill. That's right, Rach. Yep, I live in rural in the state. We know who's coming before they do. That's exactly right. I'm from the country. That's what we all did too. Who the hell's that? What the hell you want? You can't tell me. Someone climbed up this hill and ran down this hill in 2 to 5 minutes with a kicking and screaming child and didn't kick up a leaf, didn't trip, didn't fall, didn't hear a scream, a squall, a help. Someone went up there and took that baby. Yeah. No, they didn't. There's the side of the hill. Yeah. Right. When do they have to put the dogs? Why did they have to put the dogs in the Subaru and police dogs got there if the dogs weren't there? Oh no, that Miss Justice magically, by the time the cops got back or got to the house, rather, the dogs were back. All the puppies, the mothers, all of that. And let me tell you something. You're at the bottom of the road. Try it. Go to the bottom. Well, I don't know if nobody's living there now, so and they don't have dogs now, probably, or there's probably no dogs there. But go to the bottom of Ben Hill Road, 110 Ben Hill Road, and those dogs will meet you at the bottom of the hill. If you don't hear it up there, they let you know. Every time. Every single time. But the dogs weren't there that day. They all just ran off. Every fracking one of them. Yeah, every one of them ran off that day. They said the basement you could see out, but you can't see in. So how would you know? Yeah, exactly. Every single time that I have been at 110 Ben Hill Road, before I even get out of the car, those dogs are there. Yeah, same. I live in a gated community here. I can hear someone across the lake, down the lead, around the bend, around the gate, and of course, yeah. Sound travels. I can't see how someone could go up that hill and take summer and not get caught. Particularly when there's adults outside. There is adults literally outside fixing a damn knee brace, allegedly. What is it? The knee brace, or the boy's hair wasn't like that. Wasn't like what, Shannon? When Summer went missing, the boys Who goes? What does this say? Who goes with their mother and whoops it up in Jonesboro Park a week after your daughter is missing? It's her striped bathing suit. Why is no one talking about that? I didn't know. I haven't heard that. Who goes with their mother and whoops it up in Jonesboro Water Park a week after your daughter is missing in her striped bathing suit? Why is no one talking? So you're saying Candace went to a water park a week after Summer went missing? The dogs never left. Candace and her mother did. It's on camera. Really? Well, here's another interesting question. Why would a mother go swimming for 10 or 15 minutes and take one child and someone else's child? I mean, we have to remember that H is only, what, 2 or 3 years older than Don and Candace's oldest son? We got to remember that too. Sure, Amy, of course. So we got to remember that. I mean, that's what someone's saying in chat. I've never heard of her going to a water park like a week after. I'm not saying she didn't. I'm just saying I've never heard of it. I mean, there could be pictures. I don't know. The phone's involved. Okay, so let's get to the phones. Get my notes here. Oh, I want to show you this as well. Here's that cactus. Here's the cactus. This weed in it, by the way. Look at all those dogs. What's that dog doing right there? What's that dog doing right there? Barking. They never quit barking. Never quit barking. Ever. Howling, barking, yeah. Something else I caught in this People magazine. This is an old, it's from February 3rd, 2023. Father of missing Tennessee girl who vanished a year ago speaks out after jail release. It's not what the article, it's what they quoted him saying. This is a quote. Let me find it. She was planting flowers with her mother and her grandmother, and she wanted to go into the house. Make sure y'all can see that, okay. Right? Wanted to go downstairs and play with her toys. Donald said after the Amber Alert was issued to WSMV. Now, this is the kicker. I went downstairs in the basement and she was gone. I went downstairs into the basement and she was gone. I went downstairs. I went downstairs. Don, you were at work. You were at work. Candace went downstairs. Remember? Not you. So you might want to watch your words a little. Remember how TBI and all of them said, get your timeline down, fix your timeline? Well, Michelle says, I really don't believe that Don worked, if so maybe half a day so people could see him. I think that the Subaru was there for a specific reason. So it could appear he was at work for a particular amount of time. But according to Mary, she said the other night on a program that, what did she say? Don was not at work that day, or at least all of that day. Which we know that. We know that. Hold on one second. Sorry. Yeah. Mary said the dawn was over. So there's another little, bee in your bonnet. I went down to the basement and she was gone. So, see, look what it says. I went down to the basement and she was gone. So she went out the basement door and was unlocked, and haven't seen her since. Was it locked or was it unlocked, Don? Y'all can't get that straight either. Y'all can't even get that straight either. I went down to the basement and she was gone, comma, so she, you went to the basement. I mean, you literally screwed it up there, Don. You're saying I went down to the basement and she was gone, so she went out the basement door, which was unlocked, and haven't seen her since. There's TPS probably building evidence. They have to be. They absolutely have to be. Listen, I know a lot of people have gotten very much disheartened about. I think a creator maybe emailed TBI Listen, if they were going to go in tomorrow, if they were going to make an arrest tomorrow, they're not going to tell you today. They're not going to tell you anything. They can't tell us anything. They can't. They don't want people to maybe, they don't want people to know they're coming in. They may know they're coming in, but they don't want to know like when they're coming in. So there's that. All right. Now let's go to the phones. Let me see here. My notes. Uh-oh. All right. So Candace says she threw her phone in the back of Dawn's truck. Was it? I think she threw her phone in the back of the truck after calling Dawn, who told her to call 911. Yes, please smash the thumbs up. Mods, how many likes do we have right now? We gotta get those likes up. Okay, so Candace says she threw her phone in the back of Dawn's truck after calling Dawn, who told her to call 911. Candace then runs to Grandis's house because she has an AT&T phone. We'll get to that. We'll get to that part of the FaceTime. 248. Come on, let's get the likes up, y'all. Come on. Please, please, please. Because it's an AT&T phone and it can call out. So her phone is literally in the back of Dawn's truck. And she's using Grandis's phone. Now, Dawn said Candace called him around 5:30. Dawn has always said, well, I thought it was 5:30, but everyone else says 6:30. Right? And he talked to her the entire way home. Now, if it's 5:30 and you talk to her the entire way home, the call doesn't go in till 6:30. Is it 6:26 or 6:24 or 6:26? I can't. So, first of all, that's not possible. It makes no sense. Dawn said Candace called him and he spoke to her the entire way, FaceTimed or whatever. Candace said she called Dawn, threw her phone in the back of the truck, got Grandis's phone and called 911. How can he talk to Candace on Messenger if she's on Granny's phone? Did Candace sign in to Facebook? and then called through Messenger? Or did he call Grandis's app? Because I'll bet you one thing. I bet you that's an inconsistency that the TBI has busted him on. You either talk to them through Grandis's app the entire way home, you couldn't have talked to him through Candace's app account because it was in the back of your truck. The police took their phones. They did. Oh yeah, they did. They did. (911) works on all phones. Now, Candace didn't need service it would have used one of the towers that maybe her provider didn't have. Why throw her phone in the back of his truck? Wouldn't you want to keep your phone and Grandis's phone beside of you? Wouldn't you want to keep that phone beside of you? Remember that? But then Candace has that phone, her phone, inside Dawn's truck. Well, what does Candace do after that? What does she do? She leaves the hill. She leaves that hill, right? What was Candace doing when she was leaving that hill? If she left that hill, her phone would have been back at 110 Ben Hill Road in a truck. Out and about as possible for sure. Well, I don't know, but I think that phone was in Dawn's truck a lot longer, in my opinion, than what she is saying. That phone was there. And also, there's that photo that uploaded. What time was it at? I forget what it was. It's of one of the boys. But then it was deleted. What time did that photo upload? I forget it. Can't remember. (6:09). Now, why did it upload 6:05, 6:09, 6 something? And then why was it deleted? Why upload and delete? Yeah. You see, This is the thing. People can say, oh, I met them and they are just the sweetest people. Once you meet Don and Candace, I tell you, your heart will be changed. It will be changed. My heart will be changed when Summer is brought home and Summer's parents can answer some damn questions. Not, oh, let's talk about Candace's life. You're just a basher. You're just a mean person. You're just a snake. You're just the devil. Well, you know who thinks, I can tell you at least 7 people all thinks, I'm sure every one of them thinks that they saw Satan every single day, meaning Don and Candace. Let me show you something. Bear with me. Maybe. Thank you, Amanda. I appreciate it. Lord have mercy. If I'm the devil, then this is hell. This is hell for the kids. And the real devils are, in my opinion, Don and Candace, and any other person who treats their kids like this. Whoever abuses anyone. That is the devil. You can play the lightest, airiest music. Try to turn people's hearts for maybe 5 seconds. They're showing their own compassion. But this right here, this is hell. That is hell. That is daily hell. Hell is the phone calls that we heard, the 911 calls, the incident reports, the fights, the prostitutes, the drugs, everything else we hear. And you can fluff it as much as you want. but it doesn't change a damn thing. It doesn't change a damn thing. Neglect is neglect is neglect. And that's just the way it is. That is the way that it is. I don't know where my... I was going to show you a photo of that bedroom again. People who have nothing to hide nothing. People who have nothing to hide nothing. They are as open as a book. What list, Momo? Oh, okay, yeah, we'll do that. One second. Hold on. This is the little girl who suffered. This is the little girl who suffered the most out of all of the children. And we're less than 2 weeks away from being 2 years. That's who suffered the most. I'm sorry, guys. We've showed you, Chris showed you, opened up so much in the beginning for us, still is. Josh has, Trevor, a lot of people have. I've shown you this immense track record. Don has been in trouble since he was a kid himself. He is a 60-year-old man. He is a senior citizen. Literally a senior citizen. Still trying to party like a rock star. Right? Drugs, sex, rock and roll, right? Like really bad people living with him, marrying into the family, allowing people that has been sentenced to 120 and 130 years in prison. This has not been a one-off event. It's been something that he has done his entire life. And that's just the truth of it. That really is the truth of it. God, what do I do with it? All of these kids have suffered, and I don't blame them for not wanting to go back. Mary, in fact, says that Don told his dad that they have lost the rights to the kids. I would say it's probably true. I would say it's probably true. I mean, I wouldn't want to go back to this. Certainly wouldn't give it. Don't give it. Right. Who would want to go back to this? Cobwebs and muck. It's disgusting. She's changed, y'all. She's changed. She's changed. Hold on. It's a bunch of bullcrap. That's the only thing. Someone that just another person that sees through their doesn't see through their BS, right? Here's little Summer's room. Here's little Summer's room. Don't you feel the love in there? Put some soft music to that. A crock of BS. That's not love. And it'll never be love. Ever. Ever. The parents' rights were terminated because they didn't follow the rules. Yeah. They didn't make the changes that they were supposed to make. Now, the saying goes, actions speak louder than words. Right? So what action did you do, Don? Now, you got to give Candace a little more credit than Don. Because she did some of her stuff while Kathy was helping her, pushing her through to, get it done. Thank you, Giselle. Thank you so much, sweetheart. It's very kind of you. Thank you. Thank you for the tip, my love. But you are so entrenched with yourself, Don and Candace, you wouldn't even go for a psych evaluation. Because you're past that, aren't you? You would rather not someone read into you than not have your kids, right? Because it's a scale. It's a scale. Do the psych eval or not get my kids, right? Psych eval. So I'm scared of doing a psych eval because they'll know that I'm a real piece of shit, like they already think that I am, probably, or not get the kids. Crooked Arrow, listen. You don't need judgment on facts. Facts are facts. There's no judgment needed. It is what it is. That is not judgment. The fact is they have lost a lot of kids, 7, 8 kids. That is a fact. And at the end of the day, if you want to bring God in all of it, at the end of the day, you're supposed to be there for the needy, the broken, the ones who can't fend for themselves, the lame, right? As they say. That would be children, indefensible. See, Don and Candace aren't indefensible. They can fend for themselves. They're adults. Kids, where do they go? They sit in the house that they are born into, right? They can't go anywhere. And at the end of the day, you have to, as an adult, make a judgment on what is good and what is bad. You have to make that judgment. If you see, someone in a wheelchair, being abused in, in the mall or whatever, you're just going to sit there? No, you're going to make a judgment and you're going to call authorities or you're going to step in. Susie, this picture is Summer's bedroom. That's Summer's bedroom. Thank you, Canadian Cookie. Yeah, that's Summer's bedroom. That's as good as it got for her. That's as good as it got. Right there. And that's as good as it gets for a lot of kids. That's as good as it gets. Now her brothers get a new start, right? Me too, Michelle. Brothers get a new start. It's not a bedroom. It's not a bedroom. It's actually not even a room. It's the same room. It's just tucked away in the corner. As where her mom and dad slept. They all slept downstairs before. Until prior, not the last CPS call, but the one prior to that. That's when they made Dawn build these bunk beds downstairs and the bunk beds upstairs. Most dog beds are cleaner than that. Don said Don said Summer slept between him and Candace all the time. Yeah, he did say that. The addition was CPS for sleeping arrangements per documents. I mean, those stairs. Think about those stairs, right? Those stairs. Like, I would like to know how many steps there was, because there wasn't a lot of them. There wasn't a lot of steps. Me too, Tennessee. And right underneath where the boys was allegedly, watching television, is where Summer came down, according to Don and Candace, and went to get her toys. Now, I don't know. It seemed more like a ladder. No, there was nothing to do with cleanliness in this house. But it's just laziness. That's right. That's all it has to do. It just has to do with laziness and addiction and what you bring your priorities to. That's all it has to do. Here, I'm going to play a video real quick. I need to find some pictures of Ben Hill Road. This is whenever I went to Ben Hill Road one time. It was
So
snow.
last night, since I got home and it's still snowing, so
I had to turn around. Hold on. I had to turn around because it was snowing so bad. And I slept, and then it snowed more, but the finally got the interstate cleared. But I'll show you. It'll show you some Ben Hill footage. I'm gonna look for some stuff. So just a minute. Now, right here is where this is the road you drive on to get to Ben Hill Road, right here. Now, this is Ben Hill Road. This is the creek. I'm going to take a lot of footage in a couple weeks. This is Don and Candace's posted stuff. That driveway, famous driveway, right? It's the famous driveway. Come on down, Texas Brad. Shows you that summer can be anywhere. Literally anywhere. Y'all see that yellow trash can? see that yellow trash can? Where was it? Right there. They have trash pickup. Hey. Where's all that stuff over the hill? This is when I first started YouTube. I messed up the edit. Okay, this is the Wells Hill right here. Right up here. Right here's the Wells Hill. That's where like the bus and stuff is. Right? Way up there. This is that building. This is all their hill right here. So someone went up. Right here. They live with woods all around. Okay, now we're turning on the video. All right, this is where Fred lives. This is where Fred lives. last house on Ben Hill Road, right here. And you have to turn around. You have to turn around because if you don't, you go into like you can't drive up a mountain, right? And the goat followed us. It was so cute. I loved it. So yeah, that's a video. If you guys want to see the rest of it, it's on my old thing. But oh, look here, let me show this. Did y'all see the dog? There's a little dog. All the dogs were down there. We were feeding them. Look what's there. See there? Oh, a dog at the bottom of the hill. Bunch of dogs at the bottom of the hill. Why not cover another missing child's case? I do cover a lot of missing child cases. Look at my intro. That's how many cases I covered last year alone. The dogs came running. Oh yeah. There was at least, I would say, 6 dogs down there. Yeah, they only got 1 day pass. That's right, 1 day pass. 1 day pass. God. Okay, guys. I'm here 2 hours. I'm going to come back in a little bit. I will be back later this evening, probably 10-ish. No, we're not worried about trolls or anything. No worries. I will be back later this evening. Probably, like I said, probably about 10-ish. I'm gonna cover some more, and we're going to be talking about little Kyron this evening as well. I may come back for summer in a little bit as well. Going to be talking about some of the major red flags in this case. What are major red flags? What is minor red flags, in my opinion? Yeah, you missed a lot, Lisa. Thank you when the wind blows. Very kind. What else was it? Yeah, I think that's it. We need to do a lot for little Kyron this evening. Yeah, whoever the kind of troll was, we're going to be covering another missing child this evening as well. If you would like to join us about covering another, like he was asking, and like we talked about in the beginning of this live as well. So you're welcome to join us. All right. Well, thank you all for being here. God bless each and every single one of you, even the trolls. We love you so much. We really do. I love goats too. Um, all right, guys. I'll see you guys later. Have a good rest of your day. God bless.